I know I've been out for a bit. I apologize. Had some personal stuff to deal with, but we are here to talk about count 'em, three episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. 3 episodes that kind of flow into each other and bring up some different points I want to talk about. So, let us just get right on into it. First up, with the episode where Roa fights a baseball president girl. I can't remember these people's names. Stop with the you thing, damn it. But yeah, no, so Roa went to go fight the girl. And this one kind of goes how you expect it to go. It's still really funny and cute when the girl, announces herself like a baseball, match. Roa has some good fun lines. I'm kind of disappointed the bandmates had, nothing to say or do. But then there's kind of an awkwardness with this episode, because the selling point of this episode is you're gonna learn some backstory for Roa Roman, and I'm kind of like, oh, that could be fun, learn a bit more about their relationship, delve a bit more into their past, because one of the funny things with those two, and I guess you make the argument about all the main characters, is that we feel like we know a lot about them. We really know a ton about them as people, and all their likes, dislikes, interests, all these things. We know everything we need for them to be fully fleshed out characters, but in a very strange twist, we know very little about their pasts or their home lives. Which is ironic, because, a problem several Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters have had over the years is all they are is their tragic backstory or their tragic home life, that kind of thing. But no, here it's the opposite. They've put in so much time into getting you to like these people for who they are now, that we've kind of, gotten nothing about them. For all we know, everyone was hatched. We know a little bit about Luke's backstory, because, Tiger is a major character. We know a little bit here and there about everybody, but yeah, no, we don't really know a lot about these kids outside of who they are as people. And don't get me wrong, I respect the fuck out of this show for getting you to care about everyone this much with giving you just such base, straightforward information. But because of that, when it sounds like they're going to go a little bit more into things, I do want to know more about these characters. What was it like when they started their band? Was Roa always such an asshole? Did that come later? All those things. But instead, all we get is this, little thing of, oh, when we started, nobody listened. But now everybody listens. What, when you guys were, babies or something? When was this, a year ago? And I don't know, it's a problem. I've brought it up once or twice before, and that is, in their attempt to make Roa and Roman feel strong as individuals, I kind of feel the dynamic of them being cousins and being in a band and Roa manipulating her and her not being afraid to sass him at times gets kind of lost in the shuffle of everything. Now, don't get me wrong, I much prefer it than the alternative where you had, in Vrains, where, by the end of it, all that mattered about Aoi and Akira as people was that, oh yeah, they're step-siblings. That's it. There's nothing else to them. I'm glad they don't go that route, but it means that when you do try to deal with it, which they should, it just kind of feels half-assed, which, yeah, it kind of feels like that here. I did think it was really funny at the end when she lost and she was, all, whining and bratty about it. That was so funny, because, she's maintained the composure so much, but no, the minute she kind of gets knocked down a peg, she just, completely reverts back to the 11-year-old girl she is. I thought that was a really funny way to end it, and the way she goes off, and she takes the stupid mask off. God, the masks have got to go. I really am coming to hate them. It's not funny anymore, and it is kind of hindering, my ability to enjoy the characters. I'd love to see those big expressions you're constantly seeing them having, but they're just hidden all the time. And it kind of just makes it feel like a way to cheap out on animation sometimes. But yes, that's that episode. The next episode is the Luke Man! Luke Man! That whole thing, as a lifelong Tokusatsu fan, that whole thing was so fucking funny to me. And maybe only me, I don't know, but I really dug that. What a weird, out of left field way to deal with the villain, at least for now. And so that is, it's time for the next fight. Luke has gone missing because of the meteor shower they were looking at, thinking he's seeing a shooting star to wish on. That's funny. That's different. I like the way it ties in with the last episode, kind of brings it together. I thought the meteor shower was just a one-off thing going on. But no, so he goes looking, and then he disappears, and then it's the next day, and we find out Luke is fucking rich for some reason. Yeah, Luke is fucking rich. They're looking everywhere for him. I guess it makes sense. I don't know if they told us this before, that he's well off, but I guess it makes sense, because, you know, why would Asuna and Tiger's parents want them to be friends? But yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, no, so then Luke goes wandering off. Everyone goes looking for him. Puppet Kid pops up, and he's like, "Duel me!" And then Luke pops up as the Luke Man with the crazy, ridiculous, like, wolf helmet thing, and he's going crazy, and everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? And then they duel, and he's got this whole new dragon archetype that, again, all just feel like crazy tokusatsu nonsense. And then, like, he busts out fusion, and then he wins with it. And now, I believe the Dragier's fusion, and probably everything he used in this episode, had been revealed, like, a week or two ago. So, like, we knew it was coming. Well, obviously, our main characters are going to all get fusions at some point. That's pretty standard. But just that idea of just, like, the whole thing, it is such a fun, wacky, different way to deal with an antagonist. Like, it does make sense to have someone other than Yuga get a chance to deal with the main baddie. I mean, obviously, as we know, they still got a lot to deal with this character, but just, like, the way they go about it, how far he goes, how ridiculous he looks, how he acts, how much the actor gets into it, it's so funny, and it makes it seem all worth it. And then the helmet goes away, and now Luke doesn't have fusion. And the whole time, like, I didn't actually think it was one of the Goha President helmet things doing it. I thought either he hit his head, or maybe it was like a magic thing, or an alien or something. But no, like, as soon as you see the helmet, I'm like, oh, fuck you, that's actually brilliant. Like, no, you just see it, like, the helmets, I guess, are the villains. Like, the robots want to take over the world. Revolver was right! I know everyone who talks about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, myself included, has pointed this out multiple times, but Jesus fuck, when did they ever choose to retroactively make a rival the hero, especially the one who was a fucking terrorist? But yeah, no, so then, that's how the episode ends. They're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And yeah, the helmet, flies off, and thank fucking Christ they don't drag this out. This week's episode is 100% Roa's just like, hey, yeah, that helmet that was it was clearly a helmet that was controlling Luke, just as a helmet controlled you when I dueled you, so I need you to help me figure this out. And this is kind of where the difference in Roa on his own versus Roa with Roman kind of feels different. In this episode, I don't need or care about backstory. All I just know is Roa's being crafty and intelligent, and he's figuring out how to use people and work the scene. Like, the minute he's not around Roman and he can just be his own character, he's fucking compelling as all hell. Like, seriously, he is an awesome rival, just not when he's with the thing you'd assume would be one of the big points with him. It's strange. It's very strange. But, moving on from there, the whole joke with Mimi being part of his fan club. First up, are there a lot of instances in anime where it's the grown woman who's getting all pedo with a child? I feel like it's always the other way around. We just kind of accept this idea of the anime character, usually a weird otaku, who's, like, obsessed with a way too underaged girl. Is it ever the opposite like this? Oh, and I love how, like, she's like, use your 37-year-old memory. As if, like, they wanted to remind you she is way too old for this shit. Like, at least Jerry Seinfeld waited till the girl was 17 to date her. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. So anyways, they do the whole fan club joke, which was funny. Swirly is there for some reason in the library doing more research for the Sevens thing. And so they decide to go into the Goha Lab facility. What a fun, unique combination of characters this episode brought us. Whoever thought that an episode would mostly consist of Roa, Mimi, Swirly, and Luke being the predominant crew of an episode. Such a fun, unique combination. So yeah, they get in, and the kid has decided to make Luke the Goha president for his own manipulative reasons. We'll see why. Probably to get answers or to, like, use him for, like, authorization shit. I don't know. But I love that instead of being like, fuck you, you're the enemy, or we're morally against you, you're the bad guy, we're gonna stop you with the power of friendship. No, Luke is just like, I'm a Goha president now. And he's just walking around, and the actors all just like, look at me, I'm high mighty, look at me swing my big ass 11-year-old kid dick. That's what is going on here. Luke's voice actor puts so much into these last couple episodes, it's insane. So he's going around, and then him and Roa duel, and again, it's a fun combination, because I never thought Luke would duel Roa. Yeah, it's just fun to watch. And so while this duel is going on, I like right when Roa's about to give his big speech about Luke dueling like he's supposed to duel, as opposed to just trying to use fusion. We've seen this speech in Yu-Gi-Oh! Several times before. It's kind of dumb for reasons I explained in the top 10 worst duels video. Like, if you're gonna make a deck built around a strategy, you 100% should do things with that strategy. I much would have preferred it if the speech was, you just used fusion, learn how to use it, you fucking scrub! But it's not gonna be that. So anyways, while that's going on, it's all just a fucking distraction, so Mimi and Swirly can find information. They then proceed to sneak into the office that is also an elevator. Swirly knows what to do because he's probably the actual 6 Goha president. Who are we kidding ourselves? This is fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! This is what they do. Also, interesting thing of the siblings hide their mouths, but have the rest of their heads exposed. And Swirly is the opposite. He shows his mouth, but that's about it. I don't know if that's supposed to mean something. Probably does. This feels like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Where that would. And then Luke beats Roa. Why the fuck not? It's kind of interesting this season. Roa lost to Roman at the end of the last season. And he almost got beat by the baseball girl. I love the look on Roa's face when she almost beat him, like, oh, fuck! That's kind of nice. I'm not used to, people nearly one-upping me. I wonder if that'll tie into things. That'll be Roa's arc. He's gonna, need to train and, get better. Probably. Who knows? Maybe it will be, in Vrains, and when they eventually get around to showing off synchros, because let's be real here, they probably will. Maybe he'll be the first synchro user, or maybe he'll be the ritual user. Who knows? They could do something really fun there. But yeah, Luke wins and continues to go off being an egotistical idiot. The bit where he kind of loses it and is then reminded when one of his own natural strategies works is fun. I couldn't really follow why he won, why he had so many attacks, but it's neither here nor there. He beats Roa, they get thrown off, and then they just tell Yuga and crew, yeah, get everyone on the same page. If we're going to figure out how to fight these guys, we all got to work together. And that's really fucking cool, and I like that, and I like most of everything with this show. There's just the occasional little problem of, 2 of your main characters who don't really have the relationship they're supposed to, and how that can be a little distracting. But other than that, great fun all around. Watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, you probably do. Why else would you be, 60-some-odd episodes in? But yeah, that was this week's episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Again, sorry I was late. I'll try to be a bit more reliable going forward. As for the TCG question of the week, I saw this online before. Konami did the thing they do at the beginning of every month where they put out a post of all the releases they have in September, which is just the tins. Oh god, they clearly make these with the intention of showing 2 or 3 different things, but it's just the tins because everything's gotten delayed. So my question to you is, are you okay with everything getting delayed? Because I'm telling you all this right now, I'm perfectly fucking fine with it. They put out so much shit during the year, I just forget about half of it. until like I'm doing a video involving it at the end of the year or something. I kind of like the idea of like one product release a month. It's the Megatins, you know they'll sell like crazy, and I want my goddamn Zeus reprint. But yeah, that is my question to you. Are you okay with a lighter month? Do you agree with the decision to push things back, or do you want everything now? Tell me that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week where hopefully we'll get more of the Lickman!